What's good, people? Welcome back to the channel. Another intermediate tutorial today. It's going to be a real different one. You guys have been loving the intermediate kind of zoom through transitions. They've been doing really well, so I figured I'd do a little bit more of a twist on it to show you guys a different side to them. Again, not for beginners, really it isn't. You need to know certain things that I might gloss over in this, so if you're just getting started on them, I highly suggest you go watch the other tutorials. I'm going to link one up in the screen which is a bit more detailed. So yeah man, no more talk, let's just get straight into it. But wait a minute. More than 80% of you guys ain't subscribed yet. I'm out here dropping all this sauce, man. I'd appreciate it if you guys liked, comment, subscribed. Yeah, man, that's it. Let's just get straight into the video. Alright, you lot, all you need to do is add your two layers. See, I've got these two clips here. I'm going to transition into this one. First thing you need to do is add a motion tile layer to both of them. Remember, don't copy from one to the other because they may be different. I don't recommend doing that. That may mess it up. So, go onto your output width and height. 200. On the other one, 200. And 200. Make sure to tick mirrored edges as well, by the way, because then it won't look nice if you don't. Step number 2, you're going to import your vault picture. I've got this link down in the description in my Google Drive if you want to go use the exact same one as me. It's royalty free as well, so don't worry about any of them copyright things. It's all royalty free. As you see, I've added a motion tile with the same method to this one as well. Alright, so the next step you're going to do is you're going to mask out your vault door. I'm not going to walk through it. You don't know how to do this already if you're intermediate. As you can see, I've just made a vault door and a vault background. All the way I've done that is just making a mask and inverting it on the bottom layer. That's literally it. Alright, so next step, hide the vault door layer at the top and just focus on the background layer, the see-through one. So now what you're going to do is copy that 3 times, okay? So in total, you have 4 inverted layers and 1 door layer. Okay, you don't need a door layer for each one. That's not what we're going for with this transition. Next step. Alright, next step, you're going to copy your background layer, not the door layer, the background layer, 3 more times. So in total, you should have 4 inverted layers and 1 door layer. We only need 1 door. We don't need more than 1 door for this. Now you're going to highlight everything and turn them all 3D. Okay, now you're going to see this bar appear up at the bottom. Just drag it out if you can't see all of it. Just put it to 2 views, just like this. And on the second one, I've already set mine, but put it to custom view 1 instead of active camera. So then you should have something looking like this. The one with the vault door, this little 2 here, are going to be our furthest away clips. So press P and put them as far away on the minus scale as you want them to be. I want them to be around maybe minus 5,000 each, okay? So that's the furthest that my transition is going to go. It's going to go all the way back here through the infinite layers, then close, open, then go into our next clip. Now this part's real simple. You just got to go into P on every single one of your copied background layers, the 3 we copied earlier, and bring them up to, let's say, I don't know, minus 4,000, the bottom 2 just like this, minus 3,000, then the next one, I don't know, minus 1,500. It could be anything along them lines. Doesn't have to do the exact same as me, but as long as you have something looking like this now. Next thing you're going to do is open the transform on your camera layer, point of interest and position keyframe, go to where you want the next one to start. I'm going to say around here, then I'm going to just... So all you got to do now is get the dolly tool up here. Once you've got your camera layer keyframes, point of interest and position, snap it to the middle, drag out all the way until you reach the final clip, okay? So that is our final one. So I'm just going to zoom into where I want it to stop, just about there. So this is the final Z layer. I'll put it to around... my last clip at maybe 4,000 minus 4297, something around that. You don't need to do the exact same as me. Your clip will be completely different. But then all these are really uneven in the middle now. So all you got to do is go into each individual one of our copies and simply just alter the Z value until you're comfortable with how it looks. So I'm going to finish that and then I'll get back to once we finish that. Alright, next thing you're going to do is highlight all of your keyframes from the zoom you've just done. And then you're going to go into the graph editor. And like I've done, just all simply do is bring these in slightly. So normally it's going to be like that. Maybe add it a bit in on both sides. But to be fair, what I've just done before that was okay. So this is how mine's looking. Just gives it a bit more of a dynamic feel to it. And it slows down near the end as well. Makes it a lot smoother. So now let's move on to the next step. Alright, now that you've done that, you should have something looking like this, where all the layers are zooming out quite smoothly, because you've positioned all the Z values, and you've changed the keyframes to make sure it looks cool. But you could stop there, but we ain't going to stop there, okay? So next step. Now what I want to do is have the door shut as soon as this keyframe ends, so around here. So I'm going to go into my vault door and add some keyframes in. Alright guys, I made a couple mistakes. I'm going to show them on here because it's good for you lot to learn this and make sure you don't make the same as me. So first off, always make sure your door layer, right? Always make sure that is underneath the inverted layer. So I'm literally just going to set the top layer, our inverted layer, to the same Z value as our bottom one, not to mess with any keyframes. And yep, that's about it. This ain't a beginner tutorial, by the way, so if you don't know how to keyframe, you probably shouldn't be looking at this tutorial. But also, graph editor. So all I've done is done a keyframe it up here just with the Y value, and then goes to the middle. Then I've copied this over and pasted it here. So it basically goes in and out. But to make it smoother, highlight all of them and just copy this graph here. All you're going to do is highlight the middle and simply drag out the edges like this. Out and out. Should have something looking similar to this. Obviously they ain't going to be the exact same, but now this is what I got. Yeah, it's alright, but there's a few things we need to change now. Now we need to add the zoom in. Now, every single layer except these two at the top. So all of our copied inverted layers from earlier, do you remember those three? So go to where they are and simply press Ctrl-Shift-D to cut all of them and delete. Because now we are not going to be using them infinite layers anymore. Alright guys, now make sure when you're on the vault door keyframe and all of these are deleted here, make sure you drag your new clip, which we're going to be transitioning into, underneath directly when it closes. Not a little bit before, not a little bit after, directly on the part it closes. So all you're going to do now is add 2 more keyframes, zooming in slightly. So all I've done is gone a little bit forward and just used my dolly tool and brought it through, okay? So it will look something like this now. Again, mine's looking a bit dodgy because I haven't set the Z value for this yet. So let's do it now. All you got to do now is just make sure you're happy with the speed of the zoom in that I was talking about a second ago. And let's move on to the next bit. So now all you got to do is just bring the Z value in until you're happy. There's not much else to it. It's really that simple. Just about here, let's say. Keep bringing it, keep bringing it, keep bringing it. I want it to end where the mirror is not showing. So just like this. But you can still see the woman's head, man. And just, nah, I don't look clean. So I'm just going to keep bringing it in. Just about there. So now we're going to add in some rotation just to make it a bit more dynamic. So set your 0 orientation keyframe to the start. Go to our middle keyframes and simply bring the last value wherever you want it. I want it to tilt slightly just to about there. That's okay with me. I don't mind that showing. Then simply copy the last one and set that back to 0 on our last one. Simple. F9 again. Let's have a look how that's looking now. So after adding that rotation, that's looking really sick. However, I don't like how early the rotation starts. So all I'm going to do is select these two here. Go into your graph editor. Off click this. Drag the end bit slightly to the right. After changing the graph editor, I'm much more happy with that. There's only one more thing I need to do now. So I'm using the latest addition to my website, the Trap Essentials pack. If you edit trap, rap or drill, this is perfect for you, yeah? So get your hard hit from the Trap Essentials pack. Simply drag and drop. Press U. Bring the middle keyframes in. Cut. And that is how simple it is. Now here is the final thing I need to show you guys. Check this. Alright, so here's the effect without the shake from the Trap Essentials pack. And this is it with the shake from the Trap Essentials pack. Now here's both of them side by side. That's another intermediate tutorial done, guys. Hope you lot enjoyed it. More importantly, I hope you learned something. Just comment down if you want to see anything different. If not, I'm going to keep going showing you a lot of different stuff because you guys are liking everything I'm doing so far. So hopefully I must be doing something right. So yeah, man, that's about it. Have a good day, night, or whatever the hell's going on your sides. Yeah, that's about it. Not much else I can say.